Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for coming by the channel once again to see some more Captain Tsubasa Dream Team here with the homie Nako, bringing you in this video an analysis of the Dream Collection banner that's out now, and there's also actually like quite a few things going on. I know that I haven't uploaded anything for like a little bit. I kind of took a little bit of a break because, as you guys may or may not have seen, you know, I recorded a lot. I uploaded a lot, 8 accounts and blah blah blah, you know. And I read the comments. I saw some of you guys suggesting, like, you know, take a break, man, you know, get some rest and stuff like that. And you know, I really appreciated that. I really did, because it did get me thinking about it, because I was kind of stressing out a little bit. Because, you know, I wanted to get the giveaways done in a timely manner. That wasn't happening. And then because of the way that I had done the recordings, because I was trying to maximize what I could do for the accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I really wanted to make it just easier for me, I could have just like, well, whatever, I'm gonna go all in right here and then blah blah blah. But if you saw the videos, you know, I tried to be calculated in terms of like maximizing the rewards that you got for the amount of Dream Ball spend, maximizing your opportunities to come out with some good players. So, you know, it was a lot of work. It was a lot to keep track of, a lot to edit, then upload, and then the errors uploading, and then, like, you know, just life happening. There was a point last week. Today is January 19th, 7:25 p.m. as of this recording. And last Friday, this Monday, there was no school, and so we had the day off. But last Friday, my daughter ended up getting sick, and she was like so sick that she had like a fever and she wasn't feeling well. She's usually all like energetic and blah blah blah, you know. Wonder where she gets that from. But so she wasn't her usual energetic stuff, and she was kind of like looking like, you know, like very low energy. And I knew she wasn't gonna be able to go to school. And usually it's a lot easier for me to call out of work than it is for my wife, but it still kind of worries me sometimes, especially if I have to miss a lot of days. Even though I'm very fortunate to have the job that I have, even though sometimes it's very stressful and sometimes kind of traumatizing at the same time. Because, you know, you working with students sometimes can be challenging, especially when sometimes you learn of some of the things going on, like in a student's life or whatever, you know. And so that's why I try to like promote kindness so much, because just in general, you just never know what people are going through, you know. And yeah, like, throughout my work with these students, a lot of it has been fantastic, has been awesome, amazing. I love my job, and like I said, I'm fortunate to have it. I'm fortunate to have the team that I have, to have people that assist me and everything. So I know I don't necessarily have to worry about calling out for days, because they know I'm taking care of my kids and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't have to worry about anything, but I still feel kind of bad whenever if I have to miss an extended amount of time. And I hadn't missed anything like that for like a while, since like maybe when COVID was hitting hard, right? But yeah, my daughter had gotten sick, had to care for her. Then as the long weekend was ending, she still hadn't gotten better by the time I was gonna go back to work. But then all of a sudden my son got sick, and then so more days out, and I missed out pretty much on everything that happened throughout the week at school. And so it's kind of like weird when you go in and you miss so much, and really, like, missing a few days, you miss out on a lot, because so much happens on a campus. Not necessarily bad things, you know, but the thing is that, like, well, you know, it's just challenging working with kids. Excuse me. And then so yeah, so like I said, you know, I decided to take that break. I went on that little hiatus because I felt like, yeah, I'm pretty tired. Yeah, I need it. I was gonna like try and like, I guess, do stuff. I saw that Dream Collection came out, but again, like I said, my daughter got sick. But thankfully, the banner lasts forever, so I get an opportunity to finally do an analysis. But I'm pretty sure most of you probably already pulled by now. Who knows what? And I know I'm late. And normally I would stress out about it, and that's what was getting to me too. You know, that's why I wanted to listen to you guys Thank you guys, the ones in the comments that were suggesting that I take a break, because like I said, I was kind of stressing out, wanting to get everything out there and blah blah blah, and then thinking to myself negative thoughts, like, oh man, I'm never gonna get stuff up on time and this sucks and blah blah blah. But no, I was just like, you know what, it is what it is, man. I just want to make sure that I'm having fun with the channel. Hopefully you guys are having fun with it too. Hopefully you guys still find the information useful, and even though I don't do it in the timeliest of manners in trying to get all this information out to you guys, but I appreciate all the love and support and all the kind words and everything like that. As I said, I know I hardly ever reply on the comments. I read them, but then I get easily distracted, or I'm reading them when I'm doing like laundry or whatever. I don't know, guys, but I don't want to stress out, and I try to de-stress a little bit, even though it's kind of hard, when your child is sick and all of a sudden there's a fever and all this stuff. And anyway, life is hard, huh? Life is crazy, so it's hard enough as it is, so why don't we make it harder for other people? We're already having to deal with so much, so that maybe just keep that in mind the next time you maybe come into some sort of like disagreement with somebody else. I mean, it's just hard. You never know what people are going through. So yeah, that's what was going on with me. So I guess an update on the giveaways. Well, I've been farming the accounts, but I haven't been able to make time to like really look them over in detail to determine, okay, which and what order I'm gonna give the accounts, kind of determined by strength or whatever. I know that there's one account that got really like super lucky and has like a ton of dream balls left over. So I'll probably give that one away last, but we'll get into that. And today I got lucky that I even had this opportunity to record, because like I said, the kids finally got better. They went back to school, but I thought that they were gonna come home, but no. My wife decided that she was gonna take them out for stuff like that, and I was like, ooh, so I have time to record right now. Okay, let me jump on it. But at the same time, I'm doing laundry, so I had to be on top of that and all that stuff. And anyway, yeah. So here I'm gonna do an analysis. I know that there's been like a lot of stuff going on, but also haven't fully paid attention to it, so my bad. Let's look some of that stuff over. And now finally, I kept it under 10 minutes. After almost 10 minutes of me talking about stuff, let's finally get into the game stuff. And before we do, please consider leaving a like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It's free. Thank you for everybody that has opted to subscribe as of late. I like seeing those numbers go up. It feels nice. And so I would appreciate it, since it's free. There's a lot of you guys watching the content, but you're not subscribing. Please hook it up. Hook the homie up. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we get 50 dream balls coming up in 42 days for me on my main account here. Now that I posted up my pulls and all this other stuff, well, there they go. There's the Juga. Let me kind of show you guys a little bit of the teams I've been messing around with. This is just for autoplay. Stamina killer. Now that we got that Muller and all that stuff. Oh, well, you know what? Let me do the analysis first, and then I'll go over the team, so I could kind of see like counters and all that stuff that you could probably prepare or whatever for the goalkeepers. Okay, because now we have a DC Muller available in the Dream Collection, and I'll go over this World Challenge one as well, and the Tachibana twins. This one's still on. I hope you guys didn't pull on that one. No. Although, remember I did say if you have dream balls left over, I think some of these are probably alright for playmaking, but it always just depends completely on your squad. And based on my squad, I'm gonna put here, because I do want defenders. So let me go ahead and analyze these guys. Then I guess I'll analyze these real quick, and then I'll go back to pulling here. All right. Okay. And I think the reason why I want to go over the Dream Collection first is that even though it lasts a long time, I want to tell you kind of like, tell you why these are bad transfers right here, because you're going to compare them to these guys. All right. So I'm gonna start off with this one. So this is the first time, as far as I remember, that they do something like this with Dream Collection, where it's a step up. Okay, so it's pretty cool. You get like what it was previously, in a sense, where you get the 30 and the 40 for the first 2 steps, so that's nice. And then 3 and 4 are 50 each, so that's 170 for one cycle. Okay, 170 for one cycle. What that pretty much means is that Super Dream Collection is 150 for a cycle of 4. So it's essentially 20 Dream Balls more for a cycle, which is not bad. And in this one, now I like that they're doing this whole SSR guaranteed on these limited banners, the collection and the fest. However, I still always get upset with the rates and with the pool and how large it is, and how I hate pulling on Dream Collection, and how even though the pool might be something similar in Dream Fest, I like pulling on Dream Fest. I still think that I get a little bit luckier when I pull on Dream Fest than when you pull on Dream Collection. So let's go straight into the guaranteed. As you see right here, 385 players did 385, and this is always pretty much the rate up at 0.42 all the time. So all that does is that whatever player is on a transfer, they will always have the 0.42%, and these are percentages will always change. The 0.258 will always change into something else depending on how large the pool is. In this case, it has all the Dream Collection cards, from the first one in the Tachi Twins to obviously, well, the brand new ones that they just released, up to the 2 goalkeepers, Salinas and Wakashimasu, right? And then, of course, you gotta add in all of the freaking SSR cards from the very beginning of the game, which kind of sucks. Because at one point, I don't know if I kind of complained about, like, okay, that's nice that the pool is substantially smaller, but at the same time, it's like we can't really boundary break anything, or I'm sorry, I gotta stop saying that. You can't ability limit release anything, because on the new pool doesn't give us dupes of some of the cards that are some of the characters that are getting new cards. So it was kind of like Natureza, for like a while, since they had removed the old pool. Then we only had like one Natureza card to use to skill up ability limit release potential Natureza. So I don't know if Kayla's watching these videos and they're like, alright, Nako, so since you're complaining, dude, we're gonna give you all of the players, so that way you can use the old cards to bring up the new players. I get it, I guess, but it's like, man, I think I preferred Boundary Break better before they had to release it into two different systems. But whatever, there's nothing we could do about it now. So now with that big of a pool, it becomes kind of hard. But even then, I've always said before, right? Pull between 150 to 300 Dream Balls. But now, I guess, pull up to 50 SP. Normally that's 250. But if you pull up to 50 SP, so that you can at least start like gathering some of these ability limit release tokens for like a future card or something like that, right? In case you don't pull anything, at least you'll have something like that as a compensation. In this case, 50 SP will be achieved after we pull here the 170. We go back to step 1, so that'll be 30 Dream Balls, because it says right there that returns to step 1 after the final step. So you'll spend 200 Dream Balls. So 200 Dream Balls for 250 SP is not bad to at least secure yourself an ability limit release token for future use. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do here. Okay, now unless like for some miraculous reason, I mean, I've seen it happen. At least I've seen it posted on Facebook. It hasn't happened to me. I don't know that I've seen anybody's video yet that have probably pulled 2 or maybe all 3 of the featured early, or at least in one cycle. So we'll see what happens when I pull. Okay, now as for the actual cards themselves, we have Thoram. Incredible. Look at that pass stat right there, 17,003. You remember my complaint with Robson? Robson is probably only at 7,000, dude. 7,000. And you see right here, he has Robson stats. He has Robson stats, except for the power. He's lower than Robson there. So that makes me question how efficient of a blocker he will be compared to Robson. Granted, he will have that 20% boost active against most cards that are on the offensive, which are the forwards and the AMs. And I love this 30% stamina killer here. I love this Inspire right here. I like this. And this is interesting, right? Because Impact Tackle is a brand new hidden skill that's exclusive to this Thoram as of now. To increase the opponent's... It's basically the opposite of what Santana does. If Santana dribbles over your player, he gets stunned. This guy, if he tackles your forward or whoever, that player gets stunned, okay, for an extended amount of time. So that's actually pretty crazy. Because if you happen to stop, but only with the tackle though, only with the tackle. So let's see, his intercept is good. It's nice. 18k and 14k in technique. All right. But the tackle is amazing. The pass stat, magnifique. Le français. Thoram. Magnifique. He will be a very, very, very good card to use, I believe. The only thing he's lacking, of course, is auto intercept. However, it's quite possible that his intercept is high enough where, depending on who's passing over him, he might end up with the ball anyway. And because a lot more defenders are coming with less and less auto intercept, that's why the Matsuyama from one of the previous anniversaries, not this recent one, but the one before that, there's one that adds, you need 2 red Japanese players to activate the bond, and then 4 Japanese players total to activate 20% auto intercept. And I use that card so that players like this, that don't have any auto intercept whatsoever, could at least have something extra to work with. That's how I like to play. However, I end up sacrificing 2% in bond just to have that 20% auto intercept. So that's my preference, because I have that available. So Thoram, good, very good, very much worth it. Incredible stats, very good. Okay, and because he's green, then most likely you'll be very capable of stopping SDF Natureza. He should be. It looks like he's meant to, from what I've seen in the animation of this tackle. I think that's the tackle that I remember from back when I was a kid and I watched the anime. I could have sworn that's the tackle where Hyuga first starts playing for one of the European leagues, right? And he faces off with Thoram, and then he shows him, he takes advantage of Hyuga's weakness where he continuously tackles him with his shoulder on Hyuga's left side. Continuously. And then there, I think later on, when he tries to figure out, okay, what is going on with me, blah, 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 well, it's explained to him, well, you see, the thing is that, well, Tsubasa, he's perfectly balanced, and that's why he's such a great footballer, blah, blah, blah. The problem with Hyuga is that his strong side, which was his right side, was much stronger than his left side, and that's why Thoram kept punking him from using his right shoulder up against Hyuga's left, and that's how he kept taking the ball away. And I think I'm pretty sure that's how the animation is on this one, and I think that's where it's from. So I think he should be able to stop Hyuga as well, especially with the 20% increase. Most definitely. Now against what's it called, Santana, he should prove to be capable as well, because these are very high numbers, and well, he has that increase right here. No need for Inside Master, and not too many are going to want to challenge you often because of that stamina killer. So very good defender, and that's why I'm going to pull. We have we got Dieter Muller as the goalkeeper released here. Now I believe if you don't have a goalkeeper, it's worth pulling here up to the 170 dream balls or whatever. Test your luck. Maybe you even get a Salinas instead or whatever. I'll show you how the stats compare. And then this guy is not necessarily better than Salinas or Ken, but he's better equipped than Ken based on a lot of the forwards and AMs available now. But at the same time, he's definitely not better than Salinas. Now this right here will benefit him against Natureza, but a measly 5% increase, dude. I think Salinas against the ground shots, does he also get only 5%? Or is it 10? I don't remember. Right here, safety zone, okay, but hardly anybody ever shoots from outside the area anymore. Give everything 10%, just like Ken, so he'll start off strong. Can't block any skills, and that's it. That's it. But at least he has long feed, which Ken does not. So that's nice. I thought that we were gonna abandon this passive skill, so it was kind of upsetting me, but I'm glad to see it still be in the minds of K-Lab. Okay. 556, I believe it's a new catch right here. That's the strongest. Windmill catch. If you're able to get a different catch to add on to him, I would. The problem with windmill catch is that I believe there's like another catch or two that are stronger in force and require less stamina. This windmill catch is actually a costly catch for the amount of momentum that it gives you. Primarily a catcher, so he has the technique and the speed the same, so you could try him as a puncher in case there's anybody that has a catch killer, like I think Natureza has that. The only thing is that, okay, he does have the Giant's Fist. I believe that's his strongest punch skill, but you would have to have the player cards available to ability limit release him. If you do not, you can use the goalkeeper straight up. All you have to do is raise up his catch, raise up his power, raise up his technique to max, and you're done. No need for dupes, no need for anything else. You can use them as is, straight out of the box. Okay, but now let me show you a little bit of where he falls in comparison to the other top goalkeeper. Okay, so then we got Salinas, and then we got Ken Wakashimazu. I was watching finally the newer season of Captain Tsubasa, and then because my son has never watched it before, I wanted him to get into it, and so I put it in English dub because he doesn't read the English subtitles fast enough. So it was funny hearing Wakashimazu, blah 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 blah. I felt like I was watching the the Naruto English dub playing soccer, dude. It was crazy. Okay, so of course right here Salinas has a real high punch because he's primarily a puncher. But you see right here, Muller is just he's primarily a catcher, but he's still barely slightly higher than Salinas. And if you recall with Salinas, he boosts himself against some of the tougher shooters. So like, let's say anybody that had abandoned Tsubasa, the red one, before, they might consider bringing him back because of the fact that, well, Salinas protects himself well against Tsubasa because that opposition full might passive that he has, where he boosts himself up against full body stand and give everything users. And what that DF Tsubasa has, he has everything available to be able to score on Muller. Okay, maybe have a harder time scoring with a higher ball, but with the volley and with the ground shot and the one with the Aoi, then you should be good. Look at that though. So Muller has almost always had a higher power than anybody else, and I think that has an effect on the blow away chance for those shots that are capable of blowing away the goalkeeper. Technique is much higher for Salinas, and of course naturally the speed will be higher because he's primarily a puncher. But you see, technique and catch, Muller isn't necessarily better than Salinas, and Salinas, that's not his primary thing, you know. Now with Ken, who's primarily a catcher, Ken's technique, his power is lower than Muller. His speed is a lot higher. That does affect them also, how fast they move and how quickly they move in the penalty box. So, and then the punch, who cares, right? But the catch is almost identical. The fact that Ken has a higher technique will increase his in-game catch numbers. But then he probably gets leveled out because of the power right here. So, you know, Muller doesn't come out and he's not it doesn't come out to be necessarily stronger. Oh my goodness. As a matter of fact, look, he's barely slightly higher than Genzo in catch. Slower for sure. He has a much higher power, so that helps him. But Genzo still has a higher technique. So if Genzo's still usable-ish, then Muller will be, if you don't have a goalkeeper, he'll fit the bill. If you want just a backup goalkeeper, he'll fit the bill. So, if you already have both Ken and Salinas, I don't think you necessarily need to pull here for this Muller. The main prize is Thoram. The main hook, the draw to lure you into pull is Muller. Not everybody has a goalkeeper. You need to have a goalkeeper. So that's your primary target right there. But still, don't go out crazy now and start going to the pity. I can't imagine how many people might have that many dream balls. Like I said, I only have one account that remain with over 1,000 dream balls. A bunch of the other ones didn't even come close to that because Super Dream Fest drained them for the most part, right? For the most part. Some of them got kind of lucky, but none of them as lucky as that one account that I think that I saw it at 1,400 dream balls or something like whoa. Okay? So, good luck to you. Jun Misugi. This one is crazy. Because when he came out, I've seen other people talk about this Misugi as being top tier. I've seen other people label this Misugi as meta above other potential defenders, right? Right here, his stats don't necessarily pop out at you. But what does is the fact that he has that 40% increase right there. And then the Inside Master is crazy, right? So that's an 80% increase. And with the 40% increase though, like let's say they don't get you with Inside Master. Right here, that 40% increase only brings you up to like 14, almost 15K. Right here, that 40% increase brings you at about 40%, I think is maybe 5K, so 18K. Okay, so he'll be a nice tackler. As high as Thoram, but that speed though, that won't be that high. Power, a waste. Well, unless that's the thing, if he goes for a block at 40, remember I'm calculating 40% because if they don't guess the matchup correctly, then he's not so OP that he's gonna be able to steal the ball by brute force. No, what makes him strong is this Inside Master right here. Okay, this is cool and all, but now I guess the primary purpose of Misugi will probably play as a defensive midfielder, where they could probably use as a playmaker of sorts. But again, you'll have to win the matchups because he's pretty decent offensively, all things considered. But you need to win the matchups to get the best out of him. And this is I didn't like that he has this direct hotline because he has the capabilities of possibly being a good defender, but then I'm not going to be trying to pass the ball out from that far, I guess. I mean, it's possible. But I guess for the people that do this one trick where, like, I'm not going to talk about it because then I don't want people to practice it. I never did it. I never practiced it, so it shall never be spoken of again. At least he has auto intercept and everything, so that's cool. So that kind of saves him a bit. Yeah, he has a very nice power and technique, but I feel like he's gonna be at his best if you guess the matchup. So all in all, I don't know. To me, Misugi is pretty good. Better than I don't like Lobster, guys. I don't like Lobster because that pass stat is so low. I hate that. I really don't like that. So I don't know, but he's not useless, this Misugi. You could use him. I just don't kind of see him as a top tier unit the way that I've seen other people describe him. But that's what I think. Okay, so now having said that, let's see what these guys have, and then I'll get into the pulls. Oh, and that's crazy. So they didn't just do it for that. So I did notice this: the two paid dream balls, right? if you want to pull a single. Now all of a sudden, I thought that was only gonna be on the Dream Collection, and I thought also, okay, K-Lab maybe saw my video of like, you know what, Nako took advantage of the paid DB system to lower his SP so that he could save Dream Balls. And so now they're making it too. My bad, community. I guess I thought about it too intelligently, and K-Lab didn't like that. And so now we gotta pay the price of 2 paid Dream Balls. So I guess that's my fault. My bad. I guess I'll stop sharing my secrets. 2 paid Dream Balls, man. I thought they were gonna only do it for the Dream Collection, and now, like I said, I haven't really fully paid attention to these banners here, blah blah blah. But now that's the standard. 2. And can somebody say inflation or what? If you think about it, you go to your fast food. I remember fast food burgers were like about $1 or something, then $2, and $3. Essentially what happened here, man, because when you don't buy the Dream Balls on sale, they're $1 per Dream Ball. So now it's $2 here. Man, get out of here with that. And then check this out. 9 steps, bro. 9 steps. Oh, hell no. Don't catch me. Catch me out of here with that. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And here's why. Yeah, that's cute that he's a good dribbler. That's cute. The speed is low, I guess, because they made his tackle and his dribble really high. His pass is acceptable, and it's helped out a lot by how high his technique is. His intercept, though, you're going to get passed over easily, homie. Easily. Yeah, it's only 20% right here, which is good for these other stats that are elevated. But for this one at 10K, that's still only going to bring it at 12K. He's going to get passed over easily. And you're giving me a Skylab 1-2 with 2 aerial shots, when all I got here is a 14K shot, man. Yes, granted, I have a nice power stat right here, but at 20% increase, bro, that's only gonna be okay. At 10% is about 1,520 is about 3,000, about. So you're looking at about 17K, 17.5K in shot. And the power might be a little bit higher, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough to score. Maybe, I guess, but I don't think so, man. I don't think this guy's going to be able to score on Salinas. I don't think so. This will probably be nice, I guess, but then that means that because his brother's almost identical in terms of like what he has. The stats, everything. Well, yeah, I guess because they're twins, not go duh. Yeah, I get it, but still, they made them pretty much identical. And that's the thing. You need both of them, man, to be able to use them. You need both of them. So I guess that's what's crazy. That you could probably use the other brother. You would have to use Kazuo to try and break on through with the dribble, perhaps. Maybe with the 1-2, if you're able to, what's it called? If you have his twin, obviously, on the field. And then from there, after you activate the inspiration to the Japanese players, pass it to the brother and then see if we can score or whatever. But I don't know, man. I feel like that's too low. That shot power, I think, is too low. So I don't like that. I would not be pulling here. Especially because there's so many steps, dude. So many steps. Only the first and the second one are 30 and 40. So then that means 3 to 9. That's 7 steps. 50 Dream Balls each step, dude. 50 Dream Balls each step. 7 times 5 is 350. Well, it's 35, but you get what I'm saying. 7 times 50, that's 350. Plus 70, 420. 420 Dream Balls, dude. And that's just to get to step 9 to try and guarantee. Yeah, you get SSRs guaranteed along the way. But let's see the size of the pool, man. Let's see. Let's check it out. What are we working with here? What's going on? What are we working with here? Because, like, you're telling me that with this new director, dude, we're gonna go. Oh, well, obviously, my bad. Obviously. Oh, yeah, but it told me right here, too, for the rest of the pool. 303 players, dude. 303 players on the guaranteed ones, right? So even the ones, obviously the other one's 100% because it was step 9. I should have checked in earlier one. Duh, how silly of me. But on the other one, so we got step 3 right here. 303 players. 303 players, dude. So to get them here is going to be kind of hard. I'm not saying it's not possible. I saw somebody on Steiner's stream do it. He went 9 steps because for funsies. Ended up with both twins. But still, I don't see the twins, like, you kind of have to force them into a team or something, dude. Nah. It feels like, because right now the game is collaborating with the anime. And I mean, in the anime, they recently, in the most recent episode, from what I remember, most recent, one of the last 2 episodes, there's a technique used by the twins and Jito together. You should already know it, but I'm not gonna say anything else in case you haven't watched or whatever. And well, so I'm like, oh look, all of a sudden here's the Tachibana twins and Jito released for junior youth. Okay, make it unattractive to us. It almost feels like, nah, I don't want to say it in case they're watching and then. No, you know what? I'm gonna say it. It just feels almost like if they had some sort of contractual obligation to release the type of characters in conjunction with the anime being released, which has been awesome, by the way, awesome, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. And well, unless this really is the new direction he's gonna go, the new guy, 9-step banners, I would imagine that it's done on purpose so that we're like, nah, I don't think so. And only real suckers are gonna pull on this banner, or it's to make us hold on to save, because this is a good thing. 4 steps on a Dream Collection, never been done before. But all of a sudden, 9 steps on one of these on a regular banner. Then you're gonna give us another banner with like, oh, featured world challenge pickup, blah blah blah. I think this one's 9 steps too, dude. Look. So it's just tripping me out, man. I think it's probably just that. So chill out. We ain't got anything to worry about. These just also probably just cards to be added onto the pool to make it even harder to get the ones we want in the future. Because right here, all of this is pretty low. What's going to make his numbers high is if you manage to do this. But who's going to use 8 JY players, dude? At the moment, it's not possible to use 8 good JY players that will allow you to maximize and reach that 40%. Okay, so I guess an easy 7%, but they recently introduced a 7.5. So I don't know. I wouldn't be pulling here. The stand firm is not gonna help him because he's not all that great right here. Look at that pass, man, compared to Thoram, dude. 17k to this guy, not even 10. But he's still higher than Robson. You see? Robson sucks. I'm just not a fan of that particular Dream Collection card. I need my defenders to be able to pass out. Not pass out. Pass the ball out. Alright, so let's check this other highway robbery here. Because it's tripping me out too. There's all these players that like, man, some of these I pulled for because I wanted them. I wanted this Misaki. Then they reworked the green one, and it's like this one's almost not useless, but not heavily used anymore. What I liked about him is that I thought the adversity right here would add to his longevity. He's still usable and he's decent if you don't have any other Misaki and you need a Misaki. However, that's one of the things too. The main reason why I wanted him is for the low baller right here, especially with this Muller. He only protects himself against the high ball shots. Now that brings back the Battle Pass Napoleon, right? Because he has the increase to his volley shots, his momentum. It brings back the usefulness of having a low baller. Santana already has low ball request. Hyuga, I screwed up where I said if I pull Hyuga, I'm not gonna unlock his high baller request, blah blah blah, and I just unlock all unlock all, and then afterwards, like a couple of days later, I was like, oh yeah, huh? I said I wasn't gonna do that. I wanted to have the option for a volley just in case. Granted, the high ball is only 80%, but now if I want to feed Hyuga, even though he's not gonna necessarily score on Muller, I don't think. But if I wanted to give it a shot with a low ball, well, I need a low baller to pass him the ball, because the low baller passive will overwrite or win out over the hidden the request. Low baller overrides high ball request, just as high baller overrides low ball request. But I think if the percentage is higher on another one, like let's say for example right here, his low baller is 70% and the other guy has 80%, so obviously there's a chance that I can get a high ball instead. But Misaki, I think I have constructed a team with them, but I haven't used them. Like I said, I've been taking a just hiatus, kind of like just mental break, dude, mental break. But yeah, Misaki. And then this guy, well, we're wondering, okay, is this gonna do anything max 100%? Nah, man, they didn't even rework him, they didn't make him stronger, nothing like that. To have to wait till like the very end of the match, no thanks. Is he JY? He's JY. No, don't do it. Right here, next stream, this Aoi is actually not too bad, but the thing is that they increased the physical on so many of these cards, like so much that like now he's kind of left behind. His defense is not bad. I like that he has stamina killers, so if I pull Thoram, I swear I'm gonna work on putting together as much stamina killer on the field as I can, just because, well, I want to. So I would consider this Aoi back in the lineup, also because he's adversity, so that helps him out as well. But still, it's tripping me out, dude, to set the pickup players, right? Yeah, I have one of these already. As you see, I have one of these already. I have this guy already here. This goalkeeper, not useful. Sano, I think, might be usable. I don't think any of these three are usable. Well, yeah, this guy's not usable. I don't think this one's usable either. I don't think this one is. No, this one is definitely not usable either. Sano, I forgot what he has. What does he get? I know he has also like low baller and full body stand. Low baller, full body stand, very nice. He's a good playmaker as an AM. He's a good playmaker because he has some nice offensive stats. He has the low baller, he has auto intercept, recover, so he's actually not bad. Not bad. But really, it's kind of hard to suggest pulling on anything here, especially 9 steps. Nah, dudes, don't do it. Don't do it. Wait for your luck in an SSR ticket, alright? And I think that's it. Finally all caught up in terms of the transfers available. I know that I saw that there's news that there's a mini Dream Collection coming up, kind of like what we had for the Dreamfest one, I believe was recent, where you do the same thing. You say your pickup players or whatever, like right here. And I saw DC Robson was on the cover. So if I don't get to make a video of that one on time, we'll be mindful of what you can and can't pull. I am of the opinion that I do not like Robson, but that's me. That's me. Great defender, but I hate his low pass stat. Okay, so finally, holy cow, almost 45 minutes in this video, dudes. Well, I guess that's what happens when you take a really long hiatus, right? Thank you guys so much. If you had the patience to get through all of this, that's crazy. I didn't even realize, but I got into it. And this kind of gives me a little bit of confidence in the sense that, like, I know some of you guys have suggested, like, oh, why don't you go live? Why don't you go live? And oftentimes I say, well, I don't have time. Well, here I am almost rambling on for an hour, right? So maybe I can do it. Maybe if I find the time, but really to stream only for like an hour or two. And then it's different recording a video where right here I'm just giving you my opinions, giving you my reasons for my opinions, giving you why I'm thinking, letting you pick at my brain in terms of like why I'm thinking what I'm thinking and why I think this way and blah, 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 blah. As opposed to, well, a live stream is different. Interact with chat, see what's up, answer questions, etc. So it's a different dynamic for sure. Something I would still like to try someday, but like I said, unfortunately, life has not allowed me that opportunity just yet. So we'll stick with what we have right now. And now, if you made it this far, thank you so much. We're gonna go for some pulls. I'm gonna pull 1, 2, 3, 4 steps plus 1 to get to the 50 SP, 5 total pulls. Let's get that Thoram. Hope we do. And before we do though, try and hook it up with the like and a subscription, yeah? If you haven't yet, let's go. Step 1. Thoram. I don't care for Muller. Thoram. I don't care for Muller. Thoram. I don't care for Muller. I give them all 3. Give me all 3 right here. Come on, give me something. 5%. Come on. Don't troll me. All right, we got a little something. A lot of rainbows. Do we get a little sparkly action? We saw the Phoenix coming, so we got 1. Yes, we do. Come on. At least something. Thoram, Muller, whatever. I don't want it to be Muller, but if it is, then whatever. Yeah. That's right. Go Niners, baby. That's right. That too. Go Niners. Let's go. Now, I think I'm still going to pull all the way. I think the smart thing would be, well, Nako, you already pulled them on the first step, dude. Why are you going to continue to pull? Well, let me show you. Because when I was kind of like messing around with stuff, right, on my squads, I had something with their... I know I had somewhere I had at least Thoram in the bench because I wasn't sure of how I was going to use them. And I meant the blue Thoram that was, oh, this one right here. Right? Because this one, a gacha one, but when he came out, he's pretty cool. And actually, I think right now he might still be not too bad. You might still be usable because one... But against AMs, not against forwards and AMs. This one was primarily to stop Tsubasa, right? But now you got forwards to worry about. Before it was primarily AMs. So he lost some of his utility, but he still has auto intercept, which not all defenders have, so that's useful. He still has the Insight Master, which assists him, and the Stamina Killer, so they can't just be, just gonna match up with this guy and take care of it. Nah, because nobody just wants to get all their stamina killed. So I was going to level this guy up, right? And I'm so glad and so thankful that I didn't. Ooh. Then maybe I don't have to pull. I didn't realize that I had this much to work with, where I can bring up my DC Thoram that I just pulled on the first try. So I wanted to complete the 5 steps so that I could pull the other one. It looks like I should, right? But I don't necessarily want to bring up Thoram up to BB8 because I don't necessarily need to increase his dribbles. He's already really good where he's at right now. So primary things are for me 7. BB7 will give me max here, and max pass. So I'm good to go, homies. I'm good to go. Yes or no? No. I will not pull anymore because even though I have a guaranteed one there, I don't want to end up getting disappointed in step 4. The only purpose for step 4 for me was to, well, if I didn't get Thoram, see if I got him. Muller, I don't necessarily. I'm okay with Genzo being my backup goalie or whatever, but for right now, Salina seems to be the best goalkeeper in the game, so I'm good. I'm set. I got him. And like I said, I'm not necessarily like super high on Misugi, and then I don't know that I have the resources to bring up Misugi up to max level the way that I have with Thoram. I don't think I could bring Misugi up at all with anything. So I don't want a not max power Misugi. You feel me? I want to get more like Let me see. Let's see real quick, okay, guys? Sorry. Oh yeah, from Japan. I want to check Misugi Jun. Is this one right here? I only had him up to BB6 because I don't think I had anything else really. Okay, this one by so one level, and then this one I guess another level. It's an anniversary unit. I don't know if I would want to hold on to them or use them or what. So there's kind of a way for me to, but again, I'm not so high on this particular Misugi because of what I already have too. I'm okay with, well, this is not what I was using. What I had in mind was, but now I have to restructure everything because Thoram is green and I hadn't worked on putting together a team to be able to kind of like do some crazy stuff or whatever, right? I don't even know where to fit them, dudes. Well, anyway, this one right here, to give you an idea of kind of like how some of the, I guess in the SS ranks, since I'm not there, but from what I'm learning is that in the SS ranks and online, I can't believe that the cones have taken over, you know, the cones have taken over. And so here, like a squad like this, I have 8% to Santana because it's 3% here. Plus 5, so 8% to Santana alone. This guy gives 4% to Brazilians, so 8 and 4 right here. Not just Brazilians, sorry, Latin America, so that includes Santana. So 8 and 4, 12, right? 12, is that what I said? 8 and 4. And then this guy does give only Brazilian players, but he does plus 2, so he will be a straight up other cone with auto intercept, so they can't just straight up pass over him. Man, if you would, I could put Thoram here and just lose out on the 2%, and then I like the 3% that this guy gives to the goalkeeper too. So you know I would have 8, 4, 12, and 2, 14 for Santana. For Salinas, right here I have 3 and 4, 3 and 2, 5, and 4, 9, and 3, 12 for Salinas with 75%, so that brings me up to 87. And then with 20% auto intercept. But that's if I use cones. If I don't use cones, damn, that's crazy, man. Because yeah, like I mean 80% increase compared to like a team like this, where I completely right here, and I have inspirations and stuff like that I could throw in, right? Direct hotline, inspiration, whatever. In some of these I try to fill them up with just like inspiration. Oh no. Well, you know, like this squad right here on paper is not bad. These are a lot of current cards, a lot of high level cards, reworked cards, and all this stuff. But 75% compared to like, what did I say I had for Santana? 14% additional, right? Because I had 4 and 8, 12 plus 2, 14. Add that to 75, that's 89%. 89% to my 75% Salinas. Nah, that's toast. Toast. So that's the thing, you know? It's kind of hard to play without the cones, but sometimes it feels almost a little necessary. So I would like sacrifice 2% here, and from that 2% to throw in Thoram, or I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to play around with it, but that's why I don't want to play around and restructure with Misugi, or maybe even have to worry about Muller, who I think he's just okay. Yeah, I'm gonna count my victory here and leave it at 1 step. We pulled up on the first one, hooray. And now I gotta mess around with my squad, see what I'm gonna do. So thank you. I did not expect this video to be this long. That's probably why it's taking me a lot longer to upload my videos to YouTube, because I went from when I first started 15-minute videos, 20, maybe 25 max. I tried to max them out, and now look at me, can shut up. Making it to almost an hour long, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, the fan bam is here. We made it to the end because we got lucky. So that's the end of this video. I hope you made it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. And I appreciate your time, dude. Like I said, it's almost an hour for this video. I can't imagine sitting through all of it. But if you did, like, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Even if you skipped it a little bit, it's all good. Whatever, man. I just hope that it helped you out in some way, that you enjoyed it in some way, and hopefully enough for you to want to come back for some more. Okay? Till then, let's continue to please practice kindness, practice kindness, practice kindness. Think about how you're going to spend your dream balls. Let's be wise, okay? This banner lasts a long time. Dream collection lasts a long time. Dream Fest is coming up. Let's see what's up, okay? Let's be respectful, be responsible, be safe. Take care of yourself, dudes, and each other. With much love, as always. Can see, or like these, something like that, right? Peace. Till the next one. Oh, and check out that Coachella lineup, yo. Right now that I remember, check out Clown Core, Core, C-O-R-E, Clown Core. They're awesome. The video for Earth and the video for, I think, Toilet. Check them out. You're welcome.